My ex-wife left me for what she called an alpha male. Now she wants me back. Everyone says I'm heartless for saying no, so I need to know, am I the asshole? I was with my ex-wife for 7 years. We were married for 5. When we first met, it felt like love at first sight. Everything felt natural, easy. After about 2 years of dating, we decided to get married. Not long after that, we welcomed our baby boy. He's 4 years old now. He was a pandemic baby. Because of that, my wife ended up quitting her job. I continued working as a line cook and picked up Uber Eats on the side. I was working constantly to make sure we were okay. When things started going back to normal, my wife told me she didn't want to be one of those women who lose their passion after settling down. She decided to go back and finish law school and take the bar exam. I fully supported her. We tried to make it work. After she passed the bar, she was immediately hired at a firm downtown. She got the job through the help of her friend, who I'll call Dumbo. That's when the problems started. From the very beginning, my wife started making good money, good enough that she told me I should quit my job and take care of our son full-time because she wouldn't have the time. I said no at first. Cooking was my passion. I had worked my way up to becoming a full-fledged chef. Looking back, my biggest regret was letting her talk me into quitting. But I did, and I became a stay-at-home dad. Slowly, our marriage started to fall apart. She began pulling away. She worked long hours and barely spent time with us. On weekends, she went out drinking to network with her coworkers. Sometimes she even went out of town. At home, she was always irritated with me. It felt like her personality had completely changed. This wasn't the sweet, nurturing woman I fell in love with. Our intimacy almost disappeared. Through therapy, I can now see that I share some blame, too. I should have communicated better. I should have spoken up about how I was feeling. But through all of this, my son was my anchor. Being there for his firsts made everything feel survivable. Then, one day, she finally asked for a divorce. I wasn't surprised. I could feel it coming, but I still didn't want to give up. I asked her if she was absolutely sure. I suggested couples counseling. I suggested a temporary separation. She refused all of it. Then she told me she had found someone else. That shattered me. Growing apart, I could understand, but I never thought she'd entertain another man. She told me it was a partner at her firm. At that point, my life felt like a bad Korean rom-com. She said he showed her the life of luxury she deserved. We argued, and then she said something I'll never forget. She told me he was twice the man I was. She called me feminine for being a stay-at-home dad while she was the breadwinner. That was her idea. What about me working 2 jobs during the pandemic? To her, those weren't real jobs. I was just a cook and a delivery driver. She told me this new guy was an alpha male, someone who knew how to take care of a woman. She bragged about how tall and muscular he was, how he had a real job, how he took her on weekend getaways that she told me were work-related. And here's the kicker. She said he was such a man that he didn't want to make things official until she and I were separated. I almost laughed at how delusional she sounded. I asked her about our son. She said I could have him. She said he liked me better anyway. That broke something in me. I couldn't believe she said that about her own child. For the first time, I didn't recognize the person standing in front of me. I won't lie, I said some hurtful things back. She was shocked, probably because I almost never get angry. Then she left. After she left, I cried for 2 weeks straight. Part of me hoped she'd call and come back. I didn't even love her anymore, but life without her felt terrifying. My son was the only thing that kept me going. I begged my old job to take me back. They rehired me for a few weeknights. It wasn't much, but it was something. The next few months, I kept my head down, worked quietly. The divorce went through quickly. The worst part was realizing I had no support system. On social media, everyone praised her as a strong, independent woman, like I was some villain who held her back. Not a single person asked how I was doing. As much as it hurt, that's what pushed me into therapy, and I haven't looked back. Therapy saved me. Now, fast forward to this week. I got a call from an unknown number. It was my ex-wife. She was sobbing. She told me her alpha male boyfriend found someone else. She was afraid to confront him because he's a partner at her firm. She finally explained how everything led to this. She admitted that after having our son and going through the pandemic, she felt ugly and insecure, even though I told her she was beautiful. When she got her job, the validation went straight to her head. Dumbo fed into it. She had recently divorced her own husband and filled my ex's head with ideas about how I was a failure as a man, that I was a beta male, that I was holding her back, that she deserved better. Hearing all of this, I didn't feel angry, just disappointed. She threw everything away because of insecurity and peer pressure. Then she asked me if we could try again. She said she missed me. She missed the little things, me making her lunch, me reminding her to take her pills. She said she took everything I did for granted. I admitted that I missed her too, and I know our son does, but she made her choices. If things had worked out with the other guy, she wouldn't be calling me. I'm not a consolation prize. She cried and told me she wanted me back a week after she left, but was too prideful to call. I told her no, firmly. Then I hung up. Since then, friends and family have been blowing up my phone. They say I'm heartless, that she was vulnerable, that I took advantage of her, that instead of helping her, I'm abandoning her. That hurt more than anything. I respect her father, so I agreed to hear him out. He wants me to come over this weekend with my son. They want a conversation. They want to see if this can be resolved. I'll go, but I plan to stand firm. Still, all these messages have made me doubt myself. So before I go, am I wrong for not taking my ex-wife back? Or is walking away the only way to protect myself and my son? What would you have done? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy stories like this, subscribe to Story Vault for more stories and moral dilemmas.